So I have something a little different to show tonight. I wanted to show it before it kind of became irrelevant based on where we are in the year, and that is this. So those of you who may be familiar, this is the red light, green light doll from Squid Game. This is a Halloween decoration that I created. I brought it to a Halloween party and put it out on the front deck for trick-or-treaters. All the trick-or-treaters being too young to have seen Squid Games and all their parents had not seen it, so I hit a target audience of exactly nobody with this, but I thought everyone might enjoy seeing this tonight. So I created this using an Arduino and some sensors, and then I modeled and 3D printed it. So I just want to show you kind of the process I went through in order to create this. So I actually started out by finding a model online. This was just on Thingiverse. By the way, if you do have a Thingiverse account, make sure you change your password. There was this whole data leak that happened a couple of weeks or months ago. So if you have an account, maybe make sure to change your password. But going back to the topic at hand, I found this model on Thingiverse and decided this is what I was going to use. So I downloaded the model, and then I needed to edit this model in order to put a servo motor in this. The way it works is a sensor determines when someone gets close to it, and then it spins the doll's head. So the servo motor is what I used to spin the doll's head, and I needed to be able to put it inside the model. So the first thing I had to do was make it larger so that it could actually fit the motor, and then I made a cavity that the motor could go into. So I first tried to do this with a software called Mesh Mixer, which is a great software to use, but I didn't get quite the results I wanted. I got all these little bumps in the surface on the inside. It would prevent the motor from fitting inside, and this has to do with the number of polygons that the model has and what the software decides to do with those polygons. I'm sure there's a way to get around it, but instead I looked for another software that might be able to do it, and I actually came upon using Tinkercad. So everyone who's heard me talk about Tinkercad knows I personally do not like it. It's not because it's not good, but for me, someone who knows how to use professional CAD softwares, it's a little frustrating to use. It's a little slower. And then on top of that, a lot of my students have uh, not put their models on the print bed and printed spaghetti, but in this case, Tinkercad actually did really, really well, and I was able to use it to modify the model so that I could put the motor inside of it. So after I did that, I did some other things so I could route the cable through it, and then I also designed a base that the model could sit on where I could hide the Arduino and the sensors. After that, I needed to program it. So right now, the way it works is that if your hand goes in front of that sensor or anything, it will spin the head around. But my initial thought was actually to have it play that song. That song, however, wasn't able to be played, and that's because I had some conflicts with the two built-in timers on the Arduino. So there is a way to get around that. You'd have to hard code things, and I might do that in the future, but for now, it sticks to just this. So the code's actually fairly simple. You just sense for if anything is within range, and if it is, you spin the motor with a for loop, use another for loop, spin it back, and go back to sensing. You can control the maximum distance, but otherwise, that's all that is needed in order to get this project working. One final touch that I did was I decided to make those cookies by 3D printing uh, some of those cookie cutters and making some sugar cookies, broke some of them, and put some red icing on top. So just want to share that Halloween decoration I created. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope it gave you some ideas for how you can use your programming skills in order to create some cool interactive projects, especially for Halloween.